Okay, so I got a wild hair and decided I'm gonna go ahead and put the lights in the JConcepts body. So I'm gonna record it real quick while I do it. We're gonna take our hand and end calipers. And we're gonna find out what size hole for the rubber part. I have the metal grommet, or I guess they call it a grommet, bezel. I have those, but it's really big, so it's not really gonna work for us.
Austin died. I guess I'll look it up because it says an NBA star named Giannis Antetokounmpo becomes the latest NBA star to pay homage to Steve Austin on March 16th as he cracks open a 316 as he cracks open.
Okay, so that looked like 1/4 of an inch. Let's see. And I'm checking outside. There's a rubber grommet for the LED, or on the LED. And I want to kind of get that in there. I want to check that. And I'm not squeezing tight, but it's actually less than 1/4. The tail on it is 1/4. The little flange right here at the end. That part is 1/4. So 1/4 inch hole and it'd slip right through. So we want to find a drill bit. That'll work. I'm thinking the one smaller than 1/4. Let's see if this is small enough. There we go. That's, I don't know. I think I want to try smaller. Or we can always drill it bigger. And remember, like I always say, anytime you're doing stuff like this, just look at it. Just make sure it makes sense. Maybe you forgot what number you were dealing with. Maybe you got carried away. Maybe you're using the wrong light bulb because the tail lights are a smaller one. Just make sure everything makes sense. Yeah, that looks like it'll work. Alright. Then anytime before you cut or drill or poke or do irreversible damage, stop, make sure it makes sense. It don't hurt nothing. If somebody says, what are you doing? I'm gonna make sure this makes sense first. Don't hurt you. I'm eyeballing it by the body holes. And I'm trying to get it in that ridge. There you go. With all the scratches I put right there, I wouldn't be surprised if the front end just explodes the next time I wreck. It'll just fracture right there. Okay, let's straighten these holes out a little bit. It shows how crooked my MIP sticker is. Yeah, that ball diff is pretty neat. I like it. Kind of wearing mine out. I'm gonna do a video on that soon. Do the rebuild on it. Thinking about doing a shim system inside of it. Try and put a little bit more pressure on it, because I don't know, I feel like there's a little more life left in it. But I'll do that in another video. Okay, let's see if these work. They look really bad. One's way high, but it's not. It's the sticker. Hole's too small. And there we go. Slide that back a little bit. Now, about like that. And back in a little further. And dot is super glue. I mean, not super glue. Hot glue. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'll set them in there. And lay it down in the body. I'm worried about cutting these wires. That last set, when I cut them, put it all back together, it didn't work. But I'm gonna do it. Okay. Now the tail lights. We can put them right there. So again, we'll get the calipers on them and mic them. A little less than 3/16. The flange. And I'm sure everything's based on metric. I'm just going with, yeah, less than 3/16. Whoa. Make y'all seasick. So, again, we take our hand and then the drill guide. And we got 3/16, and then I ain't going much smaller, because these are going to be straight holes. And see, since they're flat in the back like that, the only thing you got protecting it is the tail. You'll probably end up knocking them out. We're going to do it anyway. I'm just putting the drill bit up. Normally I would put this, set it on the corner of a table and drill into it like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can turn the camera so you can see it. Yeah. There we go. And that'll provide some support. Not working. Don't think I fractured it. I can't tell. You should start with a smaller bit and work your way up. But see, We're having fun. We're in a hurry. It fits really well. Oh, there we go. I actually broke one of the. I broke the tail loose right there. Finally, I've really abused this thing. Okay, let me go and drill this. The screw's in the way, that's why I can't drill it right. And there we go. Those turned out really well. Okay. Now we turn our attention to the hot glue gun of death. Yeah. That's an old hot glue gun. Leave that thing plugged in. Now see, the wires have to go to the center right here. So you want to leave yourself some slack so nothing gets kinked. You want to be able to tuck up in there, tuck up in here, but you don't want the wire to kink. You don't want the legs to touch up inside the insulation. But the reason you want it to come to the center and not down the sides is because you can go right down through here between the body mounts. So it'll fit right there. And same thing on the front. Well, where I drilled it on the front, I might need to put it on the outside. Yeah, it's going to have to go to the outside of the body pins. I could just stick Play-Doh in the holes. Not Play-Doh, I don't know why I keep saying Play-Doh. It's clay, actually. Don't use Play-Doh, it'll dry up. You want to use clay so it stays soft and you can get it back off. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, dang it. Yeah, we'll get some hot glue on these. Okay, well, that's it for now. I'm going to get that hot glue gun fired up and get that taken care of. I would do that on camera, but that thing's really dangerous. You got to unplug it as soon as you can. Alright. Okay, we got it. We glued them in. And there's the headlights. I hate that peeled. It makes it look really bad. They might fill under them with some of that hot glue because it's white.
So, that 6 more minutes, and then I'm serving it. It'll just be.
Yay, we did it. It's hard to appreciate with all the lights in here. That's why we're going to take it outside. We'll figure out how to do that. Yeah, that looks really good. Those are pretty bright too. Yeah, so that turned out really, really well. I'm really happy with that. And look at the aim. The aim's pretty spot on. The right one's just a little bit lower. But what the heck, you gotta light up the ground somehow. Actually, both of them are at, ground level. They're lighting it up. Because it's up on the stand. But yeah. Those turned out nice.